My name's Waldorf. I'm a 27-year-old author, and I live off-grid in a barn. I bought the barn about a year and some change ago. Made a few modifications, threw 8 kilowatts of solar up top, keep the lights on, keep the electricity flowing. Threw about 6,000 BTU of geothermal underground, regulate the temperature, hot, cold. And I know it's a little chilly in here right now, but as the great John Steinbeck once said, what good is the warmth of summer without a little coldness from winter to give it some sweetness? All right, so this is the first floor here. Over here we got the kitchen area. It's where I do a lot of my cooking, cleaning. Over here we've got the living room, just more of my chill area, just relaxing, heating the place. And right here is my desk, kind of where I do a lot of my creative writing. Yeah, and this is my second floor here. This is my bedroom, pretty spacious. This is where I sleep, where I wank, and you're gonna want to check this one out. This is the manuscript of my first ever book, my first ever bestseller, Sprouting Pubes. First time I'm showing this on camera. Ever. In this barn, I wrote my bestseller, Sprouting Pubes. It's just a book about pubes. Everyone's got them. I couldn't have done it without this place. Moving here from NYC, it's been kind of a blessing to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city and find a creative process that really works for me. Back in New York City, I was working a 9 to 5, and I try to squeeze in my creative writing at night, on the weekends. I had a little bit of a schedule. The ideas were bountiful, but at the same time, I was too constrained. I didn't have enough time with my schedule. And then I moved out here and I had all the time in the world. So it was just like kind of a contrast where I needed to find some way to maximize my creative potential and find a schedule that really works for me, because you need some structure. Because the first couple weeks were tough. I was living in solitude. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And really it was just a matter of finding that process that allows me to be at my creative best. The balance. I like to do an on day and an off day. So I do one day of consumption where I'm just taking stuff in, right? I'm vegging out, I'm consuming content, I'm consuming food, I'm building up my energy reserves so that I can let everything out on my next day, production day, where I'm just producing. I'm hitting the ground running, I'm hitting the grind hard, I'm writing, I'm wanking. And it's really my key day. That's kind of the key behind all my success. The consumption day is just building up the energy for that second day. And I just kind of cycle between those 2 days, consumption, production, and run with it. And that's what's allowed me to create Sprouting Pubes. All right, welcome to a production day here. We've consumed yesterday. We've got the food storage in reserves, ready to go, ready to rock. And now today we're just gonna fill up on some wah and just stay hydrated. Cheers. Let's produce. It's not an exact science. You some days are gonna be better than others, and you just gotta take the good with the bad. And it's like it comes in waves. Creativity. It's not a straight line. It's not constant. So yeah, just gonna ride these waves. After the success of Sprouting Pubes, I don't want to live in the past. I want to be looking forward to the future, onto the horizon, and I don't want to get typecast as an author. At the end of the day, I want to completely mix it up. Before, when I was a best-selling author, people thought, oh, he's not, he's just an author. Now I'm a best-selling author. And now we'll see what the next genre that we can get into here is going to come up. All right, just hit my word count for the day, and a lot of producing today. Very productive day. A lot of drawing, a lot of writing, a lot of wanking, a lot of splooge. And now I just kind of like to come out here, go for a walk, decompress, be at one with nature, and just unwind. Coming from New York City, I felt surrounded by people, but at the same time, I've never been more alone. You know, compared to out here where I'm interconnected with everything, I'm creative. I found a routine that works for me. And Sprouting Pubes, you know, it wasn't my first book. It wasn't my second book. It was my third book. But at the same time, it was one that I created out here, and I knew I needed to share it with the world. And you know, I'm really thankful for you guys for coming out and telling my story.
Nah, dude. Stick to the script, bro.